everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're doing the November update for the PANtastic Ladies Pan That Palette for 2021, which is themed tiny pans. You guys know I've had so much fun with this project and that historically Pan That Palette has not been my strongest panning project, but this year I feel so good about the progress that I've made. Do I think I'm gonna cross the finish line? No, but I got a whole lot closer this year than I've ever gotten before, so I feel pretty good about it. All right, let's go ahead and first address just a couple of things. If the lighting is wonky, I am so sorry. It is so just overcast and dreary outside. This is the only opportunity that I'm going to have to film this, so I want to get it done for you guys. Also, it is probably going to be going up late because I've got some finales and some intros and things like that. And we all know my editing is just its own fun trial these days since it is on a very old computer. So all of that to say, I apologize if the quality in this video and other videos isn't quite up to where my other videos are. Hopefully I'll get my computer back soon. I don't know. We still haven't heard from the repair shop, so any positivity you want to send my way, I would not turn down. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the palette. As always, I will go ahead and insert a picture here of what the palette looked like last month. And then this is what it looks like this month. Look at all of that beautiful pan. Oh my gosh, you guys, this makes me so happy to look at. Now, all of these empty pans are not exactly empty. I'll go ahead and I'll link it up here, but I did franken some of the shadows in this, so I do have some of them in this little compact here. So let's just go ahead and actually talk about that first, because on my tallies, this is what I put in for spot number 1. So this is all we have left, and I will put up a picture of what it looked like after I frankened it, because there is not much left in here. I had to force myself to stop using this because it is so beautiful and I wanted to have something to show you guys because I didn't insert swatches on my frankening video. I am wearing it as a highlight today and it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It has a beautiful reflect to it, but it's not super overwhelming. It looks so nice with everything and I love it. I love it so much. So I have used that 22 times since creating it and it will absolutely be gone by the next update. In fact, it will probably be gone next week because this gives me the permission to go back and start using it again and I love it. It's beautiful. So what I did to create this was I took shades 1 and 5, if I'm remembering correctly, 1 and 5 or 1 and 4. I'll make sure to put it up. And I combined those together with just a touch of the 3rd shade and it's gorgeous. It's so pretty and I love it so much. So I'm very happy that I did that. The next shade in the palette is, again, as I always say, the only remaining matte in the palette. I did use that an additional 4 times. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this off by the next update, but I would like to try. That's a very stretch goal, unfortunately. The 3rd shade I have used only 3 times just because I've been so obsessed with this. Using it as a highlight, using it as an inner corner highlight, using it as my brow bone highlight. I just want to like rub this all over my face apparently. So I have only used that 3 times since our last update. Again, it would be a stretch goal, but it would be amazing if I could hit pan on that by next month. I don't foresee it happening, but I'm going to try. Shades 4 and 5 are empty pans. And then shade 6, I have a ton of pan in. I used that one an additional 6 times since our last update to get it to the state that it's looking like. And I am very happy. Typically what I do with that one is I will put it all over my lid and into my crease and then build on top of that so that I can get a ton of usage out of it. It's, I think, intended to be a duochrome, but And at the time, maybe it was, but my threshold for what I want in a duochrome, especially since I'm so into indie shadows, is just head and shoulders above what this can provide to me. This is an incredibly inexpensive palette. This was like $5 at Target, so I'm not mad at it, but that's just to say that I tend to use it as a base to build on top of. The next shade in the palette, that is the gold shade. I've used that an additional 4 times since our last update, and the pan has definitely expanded in that, which feels really, really, really good. Ooh, the 7th shade in this palette, or I'm sorry, the 8th shade in this palette. This is the other Franken creation, and I am so obsessed with it. It's another one that I had to stop myself from using. It is what's on my lid today, and it is honestly one of my favorite types of shades ever. It has this sort of brown, greeny, gold sort of situation. It's definitely on the cooler side, and I am obsessed with it. As you can see, there's pan in it. There's a good bit of pan in it, and as I said, I had to stop myself from using it. I only used it 4 times to get to pan. Oh, but I can absolutely see being an empty next month, and that will feel really, really good. But yeah, oh, I am obsessed. Like, I wish that it had created a full regular pan. I mean, I have some similar shades in my collection, so it's not like the end of the world, but I'm really, really happy with my little creation here. It's always really fun when you get a good Franken that you're excited about. Like, that's a good feeling. The 8th shade in this palette is Empty. I've lost my mind. The 8th shade is what we were just talking about. 9 and 10 are both empty pans. The 11th shade I did use 3 times since our last update. I would love to have pan in this one as well by next update. And then the 12th shade I didn't use at all. I didn't use it all. And I'll be very honest, I've said this in a couple of other updates recently. I've been really bogus about my eyeshadow usage here in the past few weeks because I've just gotten a ton of new eyeshadow palettes to play with. And yeah, that's been the priority, is playing with just the new stuff. So all of my eyeshadows have taken kind of a backseat to the new friends, and I would have had a lot more progress had I not done that, but I don't have any remorse. I don't have any remorse. So I would love, as I said, for next month, I've been kind of giving you my predictions and feelings. If I could have pan in everything by the finale, for me, that would feel incredibly successful. Do I think I'm going to get there? I don't think so, but I am going to give it my best shot. I do also feel like the 8th shade is one that I will have used up in its entirety, and possibly the 7th shade. I'm not quite sure, but I definitely want to have pan in everything and have at least 1 more empty by the finale. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 more empties because this will be gone as well. So that's kind of where I think a good landing place would be for the end of the year. So those are my hopes. Let's talk about the other 2 products that I pulled into this project because I just started pulling some incredibly tiny products from my collection in hopes of getting them used up, just kind of staying under that umbrella of a theme. I pulled in this itty bitty mascara from MAC. This is their In Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. I have kind of an interesting kind of feeling with this. I have used it 16 times since our last update, which might have been when I pulled it in. Time is irrelevant right now. But I like it, but it takes a lot of work. It is definitely a mascara that I need a good 3 or 4 coats on it to be happy with its intensity. Now, that could very well be because this is a sample that I have no idea how old it is, and it's not big, obviously, given the theme. So it's pretty small. The brush is a spiky wand, which isn't my favorite at all, but the spikes aren't crazy long and intense, so I can get past it, but I would be interested to see how I like the full size, if it takes as much building and layering as the sample does. I'm not going to go out and buy it to test it because I've got a bajillion mascaras in my collection that I want to work through, but I would be really interested to see if there is a difference between this sample versus a full size. But I do feel like this is one that I could get used up by the finale. What is not going to be used up by the finale outside of an act of God is going to be my little bitty lipstick sample. So this is from Bobbi Brown. This is in the shade Smoothie Move. This is in their crushed liquid lip formula. I always say I really enjoy this product. I really enjoy the formula. I really enjoy the color, but I only wore it 6 times since the last update, so there is no way that this is going to be an empty. I mean, I've made really phenomenal progress on it. I don't know if you can see in there at all, but I mean, it's made some really good progress. I have no idea how close it is to being empty because I don't think I've ever finished off a liquid lipstick. I have a couple of glosses, but I don't think I've ever finished off a liquid lipstick. This was hopefully the first, but I mean, these are all products that I'm still going to continue to keep and work on, but sadly, I don't think that that will be an empty by next month, but we'll see. Never lose hope, right? All right, so that is everything that I am working on in this project. As always, everything that I'm working on, as well as everything that I'm wearing, will be linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.